Welcome riding buddies. This week's video is going to be a little bit different to what I've done before. Over the last 2 years I've done a lot of interviews with riders, both for news on TV and also for this YouTube channel. But there's one interview I've done that has really stuck in my mind. It was an interview I did at round 1 of the Sunshine State Motocross Series. It was an interview I did with Jay Wilson, who is one of our top riders here in Australia. The interview starts out with talking about the day and how it had all gone, but it does start getting into a lot of very important stuff as far as a rider and just life in general. Please bear with it, watch it through, and let me know what you think about it. I felt it was a very good, informative interview with Jay Wilson. Okay, so I found Jay Wilson here. Jay, it's been a sensational weekend. How did it come out for you?
Yeah, it was challenging for sure. Like you're seeing, the results on weekend got better and better as I got more time on the bike, and that's just been the frustrating thing at the moment. I've been carrying around a few niggling injuries at the moment, and it's just kept me off the bike for 2 weeks here or there. And like starting back in January, I've now had a month off the bike, which like I really should be nearly 2 months into pre-season training. I've missed a month of pre-season training now. So.
Yeah, like I've followed you since you were on juniors. Yeah. Like we both used to do more E together and stuff like that. And in that last race, I'm always cheering for you up there. Not some of the people probably hear it as on the commentary, but I tell you what, that last race, you really pulled it out. That was awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, it just took me each race. I just tried to really build on my last one, take the positives out of every race, and really just work on those process goals. You know, not worrying about the outcome so much, and just really ticking off each lap as it comes. Like we saw, there was a lot of carnage out there today, and it was just because the track was so brutal.
There was a lot of big names with carnage too. Like it really took out some big names.
Yeah, and I think obviously being first round, everyone's excited. They've done their work, especially these Queensland kids that are. This is what they work for. You know, they really look forward to this, and this is what they put on their sleeve every week that they go back to work or they're going back to their sponsors. They have to go and show results here. You know, obviously for the bigger guys, we're looking towards nationals, so it's a pre-season thing here. But at the same time, all egos are involved, and it's who can be the best guy. You know, you want to be the best guy, and obviously coming off a pretty decent season in the Queensland stuff last year, for me, I want to carry that momentum into the nationals this year. So we're just building on it. But yeah, it was a really, really challenging track, and I think it caught a lot of people out just because first race of the season. And I think if we went to maybe a hard pack track, you wouldn't have seen as much carnage. But it's a part of the championship. That's what we've been dealt with. So you've got to deal with it, and you've got to make the most of it.
Yeah. So like as we said, the track was it was crazy out there. But hey, how did you rate that motocross track?
Yeah, that is challenging. That's what, you know, it separates the guys, you know, like it's a really technical track. Earlier on in the morning, I struggle with it a little bit, honestly, just because everyone can be fast when it's smooth. But when it starts to get really tricky and challenging like that, that's when I feel like I come out, you know.
You do.
Technical.
We've seen it so many times, like early in the day, the track's like a billiard table. Anyone can ride fast, and that sort of puts you back a little bit. The harder it gets, the gnarlier it gets, the more technical it gets, you always rise to the top.
Yeah, and I think that's just always, you know, look where we've grown up. Being like New South Wales or country town people, I've always been the underdog, you know. I've always had that grit.
You've always had to fight.
Yeah, and you know, I come here underprepared. Like I said, I've had no time on the bike. I've been sick. Like, it's just been a nightmare. Like, I wasn't sure if I was going to turn up. But doing these sort of races under this circumstance of how I'm feeling at the moment, it really just, it puts you in that hurt locker.
Yep.
And later on in the year, when I get to a point where I'm in a tough battle or the tracks turn out like this and I feel like I can't go any longer or any more, I know that I can go more, you know, like
you always dig deeper.
Yeah, you get thrown in the deep end and you prove to yourself that you can go more. You know, when you don't think you can, you've always got a little bit more left in the tank, you know, and to suffer. And doing these sort of races, being thrown in the deep end, for me, when the track's technical, I know how to suffer. I'm a kid, a country kid that just had to work hard to get to where I am now. And for me, it's just like, that's my character, you know.
Just had to do the long yards.
And suffer, you know, like it's a part of it. I go home at the end of the night, you know, and I feel like I've achieved something, you know. You've come out and may not be the fastest guy, but you grit your teeth, you get on with your job, and you do the best with the circumstances that you dealt with, and you keep pushing forward. And for my daughter as well, I want to show her that's life, you know. It's full of highs and lows, but it's how we conquer them and how we accept them, you know, and that turns us into the person that we are. So for me, it's just about going out there and just putting everything out there on the track there at the time. And if that's first, if that's a tenth, it doesn't matter, you know. As long as I've put everything I've got into it at the time, then that's all you can ask for, you know.
Cool. Thank you so much, Jay, for your time.
Yeah, no, thank you, and thanks for having me.
So that was a special interview I did with Jay Wilson. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you may have got something out of it. Hopefully some kids might get something out of it. Thank you for watching it. Make sure you subscribe and check out this video, and tell me what you've thought of this video. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.